Hello and welcome to the Dutchman in San Marcos. I am the DISM and we're going to go into turning junk into guitars. So let's get going. Alright, well, welcome cigar box fans and DIY people that are enjoying my videos. Please tell your friends, subscribe, check the like buttons, that all helps me. Subscribe would really be good. I need more subscribers. But so we start out a new series. As you can see, I've got it here. This is my next. I started it, but it's not done. So this is the thing I'm going to try to make into a bass. As you can see, oops, can't get it that high. It's got a full size hockey stick already on it. And what I've done so far is I just wood screwed the hockey stick in the can. You can see I just cut holes into it and put the front part on it. So basically it needs a bridge, tuning machines, we'll have to measure that out, and some kind of a pickup on it. It does, where this can has the spout where you put into it, it does have already a hole in there, and there is a hole in the top if you look at it right here. So yeah, so we'll start doing that with this guy. But just to kind of go back, on the last one I didn't have the strings all on the red vinyl, cigar box, and now they're all on. Sounding pretty nice. I'm kind of leaning it on here because I don't have a strap. But what I did find out is I don't like playing these as much. And that's why I built a few cigar boxes that have all 6 strings like a guitar, because I actually like playing guitar better. When I play blues, I like a lot more strings. But and also, if you don't play these, I built them, but I haven't been playing them much, so it takes a little bit to get used to. Even though they're easier to play. Since I know guitar, it's like I'm trying to think like a guitar, and I overthink it. It's basically what I do, and then I can't play this as well because it's actually simpler than that. But we're goofing around with it in my spare time to get a little better at that, because it's always fun to play them. I like playing slide on them, and I'll show you. I found this at a swap meet. It's actually not a socket. I don't know what it goes to, but it was clear through it, and then it has a little thicker edge on the rim, so that way it fits on my pinky pretty well. And for cigar boxes, they make slides for your pinky. They call them stubby slides because they're smaller than those longer slides you use for a guitar. But like I said, I'm still learning how. So, but the nice thing about cigar boxes, this is tuned to G, E, G, so it's actually a G chord. C chord, and all you have to do is put your finger across. Now this one's got really good action. And I've got other ones I play with slide, but I didn't have them tuned like this, so. So there you go. That's the red vinyl. I just thought you'd like to hear the whole thing done and complete. I did drill a little, whoops, there goes my slide. I did drill a little hole here because I put a screw, because these weren't quite lining up as well. So I put a little screw there, but then I think it was popping that string because the gauge I bought weren't for GDG tuning. So this is pulled a little pretty tight when you hear it. That's pretty high. So, so I'll have to get like a different set of strings, a gauge on it. But yeah, so that's the red vinyl. So let's get going at checking out what we need to do for the cigar, well, the beer can hockey stick bass, which I can't call it a cigar box. That's not a cigar box, and it's not going to be a guitar, so I can't call it a CBG. I'll have to call it a, what would that be? That would be a let's see, an HBB, hockey beer can bass. Yeah, that's HBB. So we're working on the HBB, the hockey stick beer can bass. So here we go. Okay, I'm back. Had to put that red vinyl cigar box away. So we're working on this guy, the hockey stick bass, and we'll give you a shot at the top. I'm trying to keep this so it looks like a hockey stick, pretty original. So what I'm thinking is maybe cutting on the backside, cutting this down and kind of salvaging the old hockey tape look, but maybe adding a block, another block to the side here, because I want to make it a two-string bass, and I need more real estate for the tuners. I'll show you the tuners. I got them right over here. Hang on a minute, I'm coming. I should have got this set up first. I got a couple different sizes. I got these, which aren't as really very good. These right here. And if you look at it, they're not going to go far enough through. I do have, I had these bigger ones. I had one of them broken on my bass, so I actually took this part. This part was broken on a bass, so I fixed it for a guy. So I took the whole tuning part off of a good one. So I got that as parts, but I have two of them, and you can see these are taller, so it would go through there, but as you can see, they're pretty big, so I need a lot of real estate. So I do have two tuners, which I think I'll use these because this will look more like a base with those bigger tuners on there. So as you can see in my parts bag here, I had to change them out because I have, as you can see, the little paddles broke. So these are the broken pieces. It doesn't have that paddle on. I put those two on another base that had these broken ones on there to salvage a base. So that's what these two were. So these are parts. I do have the ferrule, the fittings that go through them. See right there. So I basically got those parts. So that's the two tuners. And I did make, so this is kind of a parts bag. So I thought these were kind of too small. I could go with these though. I'm still debating because it all depends on how this big of a hole looks up there. But let me show you how I'm going to get the length. So these are debatable. I never realized until I started fixing bases that there's different tuners for bases. These are like this, and they have the covers. So I'm taking them out as a possibility. We don't want to throw out the creativity of it. So we'll get these out. So I got the covers. As you can see, I got the covers for those. So that's a possibility. I actually got four of those, but we're going to only use two. But the other thing I have is I had this, what I made. I mocked this up, so I have like a template. This is for a CBG, and these are just all the frets. This tells you where the bridge is at. So I don't have to do a lot of measuring. I just know, see, this tells you where the bridge is at. So I don't have to do a lot of measuring. So what I did was I took a full scale base and drew the frets out on the base. The bridge is 10 and 3/4, which I didn't have enough board on here. So it would be farther down. So when I lay this up, let's do this. Get that to stay. So if I lay this up on here, you can see it goes pretty far up there. Because I could come down. So this is hitting pretty far up, all the way up here. Let me get a ruler or tape measure to find where the bridge is going to be at. The bridge would be 10 and 3/4, so 10 and 3/4 is right about in here. So it'd be, the bridge would be right about in here if I did that. So it looks like the stick will work good as a base, because obviously base nicks are longer. And this is 10. And 3/4 down. So the bridge, so I can make the bridge come out about here when I measure this down. You can't see that can. There we go. I'll show you what I'm doing here. So it'll be 10 and 3/4. So I can I can move that up 10 3/4, so my bridge will come out right about down, right about here, from here. So that would kind of be the way our fretboard is laid out. I've seen other cigar boxes, not necessarily bases, because I'm dealing with such a small neck, of actually bending the frets around so that the frets would actually extend out and go around. So when I did this fret, it would go out and around, because I only need to hit 2 strings, so I don't have to, I can make it wider with just the fret wire. So those are some of the things I'm thinking of. Basically, I'll need a bridge. I'll need a bridge down here, and so we'll have to figure out what we could screw on here to hold the 2 strings, because those 2 strings are going to have to come down in here. So those are some of the things I'm dealing with and planning out. And we'll take you down that road. And this thing here is pretty. It'll be an interesting resonance. Because this curves up, so it's not sitting flat on here. So actually, the bridge would be able to pick some of that up. Not sure about a pickup. I could do. I've got. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but in the whole cigar box world, there's a thing they call the Canjo. And the Canjo is just a smaller can, and it basically is like a diddly bow. It's a 1 string, 1 narrow neck, 1 string, diddly bow. So it's a shorter, and you just play it on 1 string, and it hooks up. It resounds from the can. They call them Canjos. They're kind of smaller, quick and easy to build. So yeah, so that's what we'll be working on. Next time we come back, hopefully I've made some progress on it. The other thing, let me show you, the other thing I've got to do in between that, kind of showing you the things I'm up to. Usually when I start new projects, you got to plan this stuff out. So I'm kind of just bringing you along as I plan this one out. I got to research frets for that. And the best way to do that is I just look up, I'll look up cigar box, cigar box bases, and because they'll put a cigar box on a neck to make bases, and just see what other people have done for fret configuration on a bass. There are some bases that are fretless, which you probably could do this, but I know I wouldn't be able to play it well without the frets. But that might be an option too, because it's only 2 string. And I could do some of these markers or something on here to make it look original. But it's definitely going to take some online research, and so I'll take you along that process of what I decide to do. It's just like deciding which ones of these will work, because as you can see, that's not even wide enough to mount one. So I definitely need to build some kind of headstock, but I kind of want to make it look like it still could play hockey, just for the fun of it. It kind of have that hockey look with the tape. Trying not to just make a whole different headstock, but to make it a. And oh yeah, the other thing, a nut up there I'm going to have to devise. So not quite sure what I'm going to do yet, or maybe abandon that and make this just completely wider and fret it. Make it wider and put a fretboard on top of this, just this length, just for this, so I have a nut up there, and then that way you play it on this side and still leave this so you can still see the hockey stickness of it. So got some decisions to make. So feel free to comment and write in. I don't get a lot of comments, but feel free to comment and write in, and that will we'll come back next week with hopefully stuff in progress and more ideas, and we'll show you those as I go along. So let me get some other thing. Let me show you something else that I'm working on that I've got to get done this week, because I'm actually running a class for 5 kids at our church, which is, they call it Summer Splash. The old-fashioned word would be, VBS, Vacation Bible School, but now it's Summer Splash, and the kids have a great time there. They actually do water stuff, and they have a band that rocks, and so so the class I'm doing is building these bento box ukes, which look back in my videos, and you'll see the bento box uke kit that I built. That was actually my experiment before I worked with these kids to build it, and so and that's what made me make some devices to help with that, like this thing here to glue in the next. And you'll see that in the video where I use this. And actually, when I use this, I goofed up the neck, so you can see some of my mistakes. But so yeah, so that's what I've got to do this week. Actually, is I gotta pre-make some of the necks for the kids, because they only got really 4 days to build it, and actually 3 days, because the 4th day, hopefully we're putting them together and actually get a little lesson on how to play it. And so yeah, so we got that. When you buy the kits in bulk, they send you them all together, and the one I built came just in a single box with instructions, but now I've got to break those out, and I've got a box of 10 of them, but it would be just me running the class. I thought I can really only probably handle 5 kids, and because they're younger, they'd be 5th graders. They wanted to do younger kids. I said, no, that might be too much to think about. So that'll be fun. We'll be doing that, and yeah, we'll get started on the the HBB, the hockey stick. How did I call that? The hockey stick base. No, I got it wrong. The beer can hockey stick base. The BB. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. The beer can hockey stick base. So that would be the BHB. I like abbreviations. I don't know. The BHB, the beer can hockey stick base, is what we're gonna build there. Kind of on that same lines of building your own instruments and having fun with them. So have a great week. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to give me some comments about it. I'm open. Like I said, I've got a lot of decisions to make on this, and I'm just kind of devising it of, wouldn't that look cool to see a Coors little mini kegger on a hockey stick, and it's a base. So let me know if you got any ideas. I'll give you full credit for them. I won't take the credit. So yeah, let me know. Comment. Get other people to watch and maybe comment, and throw it around with your friends, and enjoy my show. And we'll see you next week.